Ugh. If you can tell, I had a long night yesterday. I went out with my sister for some drinks at our favorite karaoke bar. I'm a big karaoke fan, so I sound pretty like like hoarse right now because I was singing yesterday and I stayed out pretty late. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about something that's really freaking annoying to me, and ugh, I don't want to sound like I am a man hater or anything like that. It's just so last night. Let me just get right into it. Last night, me and my sister went out, and it's just us. Um, Ron had a long day at work, so he didn't want to go out and stuff. So it was just like a sister night, I guess. And we get there, and everything's cool. We go there pretty often. Actually, my sister and I were talking about it, and I started going there in like 2004 or 5. Like 2004, 2005, when a friend introduced me to the bar. So it's been quite some time since I've been going there, and there's been a lot of changes, different bartenders and all that. But it's still my favorite spot to go karaoke. Because it's simple. It's like, okay, although some people take it overboard there with, trying to dress to impress and all that, but it's really chill, like dive bar. You don't have to dress up or anything like that. And, you know, the karaoke lady is our friend, Pat. She's really cool. Um, and she always, like, gets our songs in even if we get there a little late. So I love her. But last night, and this happens sometimes, we were sitting there and we were having drinks, and like a lot of the people that go there regularly know who we are and they like the way we sing or whatever, and sometimes they request songs or whatever, or like they offer to buy us drinks or whatever, right? I know I'm saying whatever a lot because I just don't really want to make this video into like a full-on rant, but I think it's gonna turn into it. um and I don't see it as hitting on me or anything like that when one of the regular guys that go there, who is, by the way, older, offers me a drink or whatever, because I've been going there for years and I always say hi to everybody that's there and all. But there was this one guy there last night who was clearly very drunk, and he sat down to talk to me, and like right next to me, like on a bar stool, and I was fine with it. I don't mind talking to guys. I mean, I'm not flirting or anything like that. If you're just there having a drink and you're like, hey, what's up? How about the Ducks game? Whatever. Although he wasn't a Ducks fan, he was a Kings fan. um, and he was really drunk, but he was like trying to like ask us if we wanted to. Me and my sister like, oh, you guys are sisters. He was being like that, and he was getting a little bit too close to me. I didn't like it. So I went to the bathroom to go like run away, and I'm sorry I left my sister there. But my sister took, I guess, that opportunity to tell him that I'm engaged. And after that, he switched sides. He just stopped sitting next to me and he started sitting next to my sister, which I thought was hilarious. But yeah, he was really drunk and stuff. And the whole point of it is that he invited us back to his apartment. Like, I was like, ew. In my head, I didn't tell him straight up ill, but I was like, ew. No, he's like, hey girls, do you wanna, go to my apartment? I have some weed and I have a bottle. We can like drink and chill. It's like right around the corner from here. I was like, I don't think my fiance would like that very much. He's like, oh yeah. No, it's not like that. It's like just chill. I'm like, no, it's still not appropriate for me to do something like that. And besides, I don't go home with strangers. And he's like, oh, I can respect that. And he's like, oh, you guys don't smoke? And I was like, no. I mean, I've smoked weed in the past, like years ago. I've tried it maybe a total of 3 times, and it never really worked out for me because I get very paranoid, and like, it's just not the kind of, like, I don't know. I'm not a drug person, I guess. I think if you could consider something a drug, I guess alcohol. And I can't really drink much of that anymore, so. But no. And he's like, oh, all right. And then, okay, I do have a friend that likes to smoke out, right? And I know she's been looking for somebody to smoke out with. So and I'm not gonna say her name. She came to mind, and I'm like, oh my god, you would so like to hang out with my friend because she likes to smoke. And he's like, oh really? Is she fat? That's what he said to us. And I guess me and my sister had this look of like, what the fuck did you just say? And he's like, well, nothing, not that it's something's wrong with being fat, because, I'm fat. Not me, but him. He's like, he's fat. He's like, nothing's wrong with that. Just, how fat is she? And I was just like, oh my God, are you seriously telling me this right now? And, or like asking me this. Like, why would you do that? It's like me saying, hey, so do you have a big dick? Because, my friend is sizist. Yeah, she prefers larger penises. And she just does. But anyways, some girls have preferences, some girls don't. I don't care. Like, I personally don't talk about stuff like that. Like, on my own personal preferences or anything like that. Because I think it's kind of disrespectful to whomever you're with or whomever you've dated in the past or whatever. But she's very open about her sexuality and, like, her extracurricular activities. And good for her, I love her. I've known her for a long time, ever since I was, like, 14. So it's been a long time, and she's a good friend. We've had ups and downs, but I still consider her like family. So when somebody says something to me, asking if a girl is fat is kind of annoying because, first of all, how do you know she's going to even be into you? You wouldn't want somebody saying, oh, well, is he fat? Does he have a beard? Does he have a beer belly or whatever, Like, it was just a thought. I wasn't saying you guys could be together. I wasn't saying that you guys should, like, have sex or start a relationship or anything. I was just saying, people like to smoke with each other. Like, people that get high like to be with other people that get high. And she was looking for someone to, like, hang out with, maybe be friends with. And he came to mind because he likes to smoke. And it sounds like he doesn't like to he doesn't mind sharing. So, after that, like, when he said, oh, is she fat? And me and my sister had that look on our face of like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm fat. Because yes, I am still fat. To me, I'm fat because, well, society tells me I'm still fat because I'm 204. And my sister, I'm not sure how much she weighs, but she's chubby. And he's like, oh, well, you girls are fat, but you guys are hot. That's what he said. He's like, you guys are fat, but you guys are hot. Is she hot like you guys? I'm like, okay. To me, my friend is pretty. I love the way she looks. She has a really pretty face. I think she has been blessed with big old titties and like a big ass. And to me, she's a pretty person, Of course, I would want her to dress up a little more because she's more on the like boyish side, and I'm kind of girly if you haven't been able to tell. So I sometimes like to like influence her style a little bit, but although she's like, no, I wanted my t-shirts and jeans, But there's nothing, I think it's just inappropriate for a guy to, if he's trying to like, and if he said that it's purely platonic and that he doesn't want to hook up or anything, that he just wants somebody to smoke with and hang out with, she would be the perfect person, So what the fuck does it matter if she's fat or not? Unless he was being a douchebag liar and he actually did want to take somebody back to his house to fuck, which is probably what it was. Because that's all guys want to do at a bar, I'm guessing, is hook up. And that's fine, to each their own. But I mean, like, don't be disrespectful like that. And then he calls us fat. And I'm like, yes, you're right, we are fat. But you don't say that to a girl. You just don't say anything about a girl's weight. Just like you don't ask a girl if she's pregnant. Just don't say stuff like that. It's rude. And after that, I was just like, kind of annoyed. And I was just like, yeah, it's time to go. So me and my sister took off. But yeah, that was my rant for today.